we want a better West Coast. And as we said, the mantra is, if we get to BAC, they either change or we change them. And that is the mantra. That is what we want to pursue. We want a change West Coast. You all need change. There is a lot happening in our region. We don't have good roads. Our markets are God knows at what conditions now. Many of our areas like Yarambamba to all the way to all Yundum areas, Sukuta, Sanchaba, Bichilo, they're all crying because their wastes are not being collected. We don't have street lights in West Coast. That's one of the things we lack. We're in darkness completely. This is something that we need to change. So there's a lot that we need to do, and we are the change makers. So we are saying vote for us, and if you do so, we'll achieve change in West Coast. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Yanks. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah. brother Sariang, I think that was a good conversation, to be honest. I have to say that just quick feeling that is he definitely helped himself, you know. He came across, answered all the questions, and the way he comport himself, and very knowledgeable, you know. He seems to know where he's going. And I have to give it to him, to be honest. I think he did very well. Now, I mean, my last question, he kind of, you know, wiggle. I mean, if we had more time, I would have probed some more, you know, the legitimacy of this government. You know, my yellow friends, when they win elections, is legitimate. When they lose, so that. But
the Trump factor, huh?
Yeah, the Trump factor. But I mean, really, Yanks did well, definitely. I think the people of Birkama, I mean, they have good choices, and they should really look at Yanks very closely, really. I mean, because at the end of the day, we're going to need people that are knowledgeable, people that have the passion, that as difficult as it's going to be, and I know it's not going to be easy. Even if you were to bring Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam to the Birkama Area Council, he's going to run into some serious challenges. No doubt about that. I don't think he's just going to walk in there and just fix everything. That's not what's going to happen. He would have to deal with the reality of the circumstances. The fact that Birkama, I didn't even know that you guys don't have street lights. Yeah. I mean, I am like dumbfounded. There's no street lights in Birkama?
Well, I mean, there's, I think from the market all the way to main mosque. It's been years, so I think so. But areas where, and also the Kabafita Highway, they used to be street lights. I don't know whether they are now functioning, you know, but this is back in the day. So, but, you know, I mean, as you said, you know, he comforted himself very well, you know, and he didn't come out as overly defensive on some of the
No. He did not, definitely.
And, you know, I think that's what it takes. He put his vision out there. And I think, as I said on the last program, I think this contest is between, you know,
Yanks and
Ajite. And, you know, as I said, you know, there's still votes out there. There's still work to be done. You know, but you know, obviously these two gentlemen have passion, they have vision, and they are very ambitious in their agenda. And I think it's gonna be a new day, a new type of leadership, a new type of you know, vision, and to that office. You know, so it's gonna be. From considering Sirfo Sonko and a change to Yankuba or Ahmed Jite, I mean, that's what I think West Coast is looking for. And as I said, you know, from Khartoum all the way to Kalaji, if you look at their budget and how they are struggling even to meet their forecast targets is a concern. So I like the idea of inventory. I also like the idea of him naming the streets and naming the compounds. I think you know, there's a huge short gap in resource mobilization I think, they need to put their mega resources together and focus on, making sure that, their resources are mobilizing, I think that's what it takes, it is. But overall, he hold himself, and I think he did a great job, today, in terms of, if you wanted to vote for Yankuba, I think, you know what?
You have every reason to.
Interview, yeah, go have and listen to him, listen to his programs, and I think he did really, really well.
Yeah, I really think he did, even though, when we ask the tough questions, our commentators coming after us, but I always believe that when we bring people to this platform, we want to make sure that we ask them the questions, you know what I mean? What other people want to ask, and they couldn't ask it. I mean, for me, and I'm sure for you too, that is really the motivation. And Yanks display that he knows the issues, absolutely no doubt about that. He has the capacity. I mean, the question about executive experience, I think he answered it well. I mean, he was never a mayor, so you don't expect him to mayor or whatever they call it, chairman. But the fact that he said he has run something, I again, like I said, if you are supporting Yanks, obviously that has reinforced watching this interview. If you are like an independent who is really looking for somebody who is knowledgeable, somebody who would at least from day one come in and give it a shot, I don't think you will have a problem voting for Yanks. I mean, there's absolutely no doubt about that. But welcome finally to the platform. I don't know whether this has something to do with the UDP supposed victory, because my man, I have reached out to him, and he always says, send it to Sekou Sedili or gives me excuses. But today, he decided that he has to come to the platform. Welcome finally. But he's one of our, every Sunday, Bob Toure is watching for the people by the people. So,
thank you very much, Musa, and thank you very much to my military colleagues, Saria Marong, and former, Gambian L and Gambia Post veteran. Both of you. I thank you for being here. And actually, my comment here has twofold. One, as to introduce myself to the audience, that I am the current chairman of UDP Diaspora Campaign and Organizing Committee. That means I have two portfolios of both Talib and Momodu Sabali, the Babala Commandos portfolio. So I think, and also to come here to agitate and encourage my people, the UDPians, to continue rallying behind the call, to embrace the ideals and policies of United Democratic Party, and to celebrate with them this victory that is unprecedented, especially what has been accomplished within the KM and also in West Coast region. So Musa, I am happy to be here.
And we are absolutely happy for you to be here as well, Bob Toure. And I have to say though, congratulations. I think whatever, like I said, I haven't really looked at the details of the results. I think it's important. The devils is in the detail, but you guys did what you had to do. A place like KMC winning 16 out of 18. That's a blowout.
17. We won 17.
17? Exactly. Yes. That's a blowout. Looking at Western Division 2, preliminary results, that looks like a blowout. So like somebody said, from Banjul all the way to Kalaji, NPP, your main opponent, all they got 2 seats. That to me speaks volume. Right. And so, Bob, look, the last question that I ask Yanks, and this has something to do with UDP conveniently, when you guys win elections, the elections are free and fair. And then when it doesn't go your way, you get into this illegality and illegitimacy, and then this lot of talk about, well, the reason why we win is because Gambian voters, the reason why we lose is because foreigners. And I always have said this, the more UDP focus on cultural issues, it's when they lose elections. And I think you guys did well this time around. Your strategy is different. They went out there, they talked to people, they focus on issues and issues alone. You didn't have all these cyber warriors and confusing the UDP message with cultural issues. Am I saying something or am I mistaken, Bob?
No, Musa, of course, I mean, our strategy is not that much very different. Remember, we have WhatsApp groups as well, whereby our guys were constantly calling out foreigners to desist from participating in our elections in our local languages. And we meant it, by telling them not to participate in our elections. Remember, in places like, for example, even my own native Bakote, you understand, there were faces that were voting in our elections. This time around, they didn't participate based on the fact that our people were adamant and ready to stop any foreign interference in our elections. So this didn't happen. But our messages is different this time around, because we make sure. In fact, some of the strategies because you remember we are in the next few weeks' time, we are coming to participate in other elections. I'm not going to be here to divulge in some of our plans that have really made us to achieve these monumental achievements. But truly, foreign interference, yes, do occur. And we cannot dispute that. But the fact of the matter is that this time around, we are more, especially remember it is a ward election, most of us know each other. We know who is who and who is not.
But Bob, and this is one of the problems. This vigilantism, and then for you to go out there and try to identify who is a foreigner and who is not, who should vote and who is not. And those are the kind of things that I believe is not helpful to the party. During the presidential, you guys lost by almost 200,000 votes.